So first things first, here with Shayan from HZad Education. I wanted to list off some things you mentioned to me about HZad. It's really incredible. So you started 15 years ago, and for CELPIP right now, the certification, it's the biggest in the world. You guys have the biggest presence with that in the world. You have the biggest social following in the world on CELPIP and more than 1,000 videos on CELPIP on YouTube. And then on top of that, you've had more than 70,000 students go through HZad Education for CELPIP. So significant, substantial numbers, but just wanted to start off with that to set a precedent of who you are, what you've built, what your program offers, and you being the person who built it, the founder. What would you say about all that and hearing those statistics? Like, it's probably been a long journey, but it's a worthwhile one.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible when you mentioned that. I am pretty proud of it, but it's not myself who wanted to do all of this. In fact, when I started as a tutor, right? So my job was, I have this first face-to-face client. I just have to tutor this client, but then it grew to unbelievable levels, and that's credit to my students and my clients. So I am thankful to them for it. The word spread like wildfire, and things just expanded. YouTube helped a lot, made a lot of my videos on CELPIP go viral. So it was a pretty automated process, not really something I had in control, but it's a good thing because it did spread like wildfire. And now we have thousands of people who have benefited from my CELPIP course, my CELPIP lessons, our free materials, and it has just blown up as a brand now. So yes, I am pretty proud of everything that we have done so far with this.
Amazing. Can you talk a little bit about CELPIP for someone who doesn't know what it entails?
Sure. CELPIP is very similar to IELTS. So people in our world, they know IELTS a lot. IELTS is a global exam for English language. It's used by students and people who are looking to get immigration abroad. CELPIP is the same thing, but the C in CELPIP is for Canada. So it's basically a Canadian exam, and immigrants who are in Canada who are looking to get their PR, permanent residency, or immigrants who want to come to Canada, a lot of them need this exam for their work permit, for their education, sometimes continuation of work permits, provincial omni program, and ultimately their permanent residency, sometimes even citizenship. So in different stages of immigration, you need this exam. For a lot of universities and colleges, you need this exam. This exam proves that you're proficient in English. So it tests you first on reading, listening, writing, speaking, the four main things in English speaking. If you score good marks, you hit certain requirements for education or immigration, and that allows you to find your place in a university or in Canada as a citizen. So that's the exam. It is tough for some people. For some people, it's easy. But for those people for whom it's tough, we're here for them. And that's our job. We help them with coaching, classes, and courses.
Yeah, that's the one thing I wanted to mention about being an all-in-one shop. So you have the reading, listening, writing, speaking, but you guys can do an all-in-one, which is nice because you don't want to have to go everywhere, different platforms, just for the sake of getting a certification to do the exam. So can you talk on being an all-in-one shop, which is a very nice point for people who are new to all this?
Definitely. In fact, I think being a one-stop shop for everything is kind of a good thing and a bad thing too, because some people go to our website and they see all the products and our offerings and they get confused. But to solve that confusion, I'm glad you asked this. We do provide everything that learners need typically. So we have CELPIP one-on-one sessions. We have group sessions. We have our most famous CELPIP self-paced course. That is a course that has sold up to now, at this time when we're recording, more than 70,000 copies. That's an all-inclusive course, and it is self-paced too. So you can work on it, study it at your own schedule. And then we have other resources too. We have a lot of free resources like mock tests, our blog, our videos. We have interactive mock tests, non-interactive mock tests. By interactive, I mean the mock tests with the exam interface, so students can practice the real exam environment. And now we have AI-driven mock tests as well. But again, we're not just a platform that does one of these things. We provide AI feedback, we provide teacher feedback, and we have a community on YouTube, on Facebook, where students can talk to each other and provide each other feedback. I also occasionally put up some challenges on these social media platforms, asking students, how do you solve this question? What would you score this? So I engage people in those kinds of challenges too. So if you were a company that had AI tests, if you were a company that did one-on-one, and you have all these different companies, we're a one in all. We have everything in one place. And even within that, there are layers. For example, if you pick the one-on-one classes, for instance, we have tutors at different tiers. So we have tutors at under 5 years of experience, slightly cheaper, more than 5 years of experience, and then even higher, like professors with really good certifications. So if you have any need, any particular need, or you don't, let's say you don't have a flexible schedule, and you want a certain thing that fits you, I'm sure we have that.
It's amazing. I like the part about the engagement with fellow students, because you go through it. It's like if you were to take a training program for bettering your fitness, right? Like you can go through it, but to have people keep you accountable, to have a resource of people to talk about what you're going through is very helpful. So the fact that you guys have all that to post CELPIP is very nice. How big is the Facebook group, their community?
The Facebook group, we have 2 pages. So one, our first page, that's just a page, I think has around 5,000 people. The group, probably 4,500 something at this point.
Very nice. That's cool. And you did mention something to me, because right now it's just web-based right now. But
Yes.
you did mention something to me that is very exciting about what you guys can offer through mobile experience. So I'd love to give you the stage, just talk about everything regarding that and what's coming up and what you guys are going to offer with it.
Right. I think you might be referring to the mobile interfaces we have. I'll talk about that. And then the app that I was mentioning earlier, maybe you were referring to that as well. Sure, they're all exciting things. So what we currently have for the mobile experience is everything that you get on PC, for example, our course, our mock tests. You can also get them on mobile. You can get your lessons one-on-one on mobile, but we recommend generally using a PC or laptop to have a better experience. But then again, there's flexibility. Anything that we offer on a laptop, you can get the same thing on your cell phone. And we have made different interfaces to account for that. So it's not just messed up or distorted text that you will see on the phone. It's a user-friendly interface on phone. But we were talking earlier about this app that is being built right now in collaboration with the government of Manitoba and HZad Education. So this is something super exciting. We're going to be working with the Red River College in building this app. And it is a speaking platform that my students have really motivated me to start. It's a platform where people, like my students, who need exposure in English speaking, will be able to connect with other similar like-minded people who want exposure with English speaking. They will be able to find their profiles, connect with them, and send a message. Hey, I'm doing my CELPIP or IELTS or English exam. Can you talk to me? Let's practice for 15 minutes or 30 minutes. And there are so many people who want to say yes. These people just didn't have an ideal platform to get this work done on, but now we're building one for them. So we've tried this before. We've tried it manually, like connecting people through emails. It's been brutal because that's not efficient. But now with this app, it's going to be automated connection, AI matching. Profiles will be online, and you can even add stuff on your news feed. It's all really exciting, and it's going to take at least 6 to 8 months. But when it's built, it's not just going to be something that will help my students and CELPIP learners for speaking. It's going to help anyone who's trying to learn English. But then again, beyond that, you're meeting really qualified people who can help you in networking, in either careers, immigration, or businesses. So this is something really, really exciting. It's like if you are preparing CELPIP, yes, you get all of that. but then you get this really unique thing with us, which is a gem, and that'll take you even beyond CELPIP, and it'll just help you in so many other areas of your life.
Wow. Yeah, you're becoming the go-to community. I mean, you are now, but the fact that everyone can now engage within a mobile app for all of this, that's very substantial. It's like a Facebook group on complete steroids.
Yeah, actually, the thing with Facebook groups and why it's not efficient is because people usually just comment, like, and that's it. There's no real interaction. So if someone is learning English, that's not enough. I mean, even on comments, you can just get a spell check. But when you start a conversation, a video call, like they will do on our platform, you expose yourself, which is good because then you get to practice. So that's the whole idea. Get people to actually talk, interact, and have real practice.
Mm. And one thing I thought of when you were explaining everything is if I was a new person to take the CELPIP exam starting from square one, what is the journey I go through from the learning to going through HZad to completing the exam to then post-exam? Just like walk through the full thing as though I'm journeying through this mountain of CELPIP and wanting to know what's ahead. Like, what am I doing? You're my guide here.
Sure.
You're explaining it.
Sure. So I would answer that in 3 ways. The first way is the free way, where you go online, check out my YouTube videos. Our YouTube channel is called HZad Education Coaching Central, the biggest channel for CELPIP learners on YouTube. So check that out, or go to our blog. It's super easy to find. Quick Google search HZad Education blog or a YouTube channel. Once you go there, you have so many resources on different modules: reading, listening, writing, speaking. You can pick any area that you're weak in, or if you just don't know anything about the CELPIP exam, as you mentioned, it's your first time, I have videos and notes on first-time test takers, what they should be doing. Check those out. So you get all that content, lots of it, and you can learn at your own pace and with whatever content you prefer watching. So that's the free method to do that. The 2 paid methods are, number one, if you, as you said, if you're really confused, you just don't know where to start, I need a starting point, fine. We'll start you off with an assessment with a live tutor. The assessment session is free. That's where we tell you where you're at, what you need to work on, what is the best roadmap. Do you need 10 hours of live tutoring, or do you need 100 hours? Or maybe you're really good. Maybe you just need a course. Buy this course and you're good. So we'll give you an advice. And from there, you could, again, it's the paid method, step 2. So after the free assessment, you can either pay for our live classes or take our courses. And this is, again, with teacher support. A teacher will be guiding you in this process. The third and final way, and this is the one where most people resort to, is going to our website, purchasing our CELPIP all-inclusive course. It's just a $49 course. And honestly, when I talk to industry experts, they say this course should be worth at least $2,000. And I'm not just saying that because it's, I want to make it look big. If you really look at all the features, the bonuses, the extras it offers, lifetime access for AI marking, that's unheard of. AI marking is always subscription access. We give lifetime access, and there's free teacher feedback, everything for $49. So it's a no-brainer. People go there, they purchase that course, and this is where there's step-by-step instructions, lectures detailing every module from start to finish. For basic to advanced learners, you have everything there. It's super organized. And if you just go ahead with that course, you get mock tests as well. You get everything, every A to Z about the CELPIP exam. And it's a 15-hour course plus mock tests. So in total, in 25 hours, you're done and you're ready for the exam. So if you have your exam in 2 weeks, you can space out the 25 hours as you would prefer. If it's in 2 days, you're basically studying all 2 days, but you're in control of your schedule, and you could take the course to dictate your schedule.
And the one thing I had mentioned before we had a separate conversation before we got on the recording about what is something that someone new to this might not expect or be surprised by when they dive in. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, you talked about how the exam's actually pretty hard. And so with that being the case, like you want the best of the best training, and that's what you guys offer. So again, I'm going back to the journey of a person who's new to all this. I'll keep resorting to that because it's best to break it down for someone who might be in those shoes, because most people listening will probably be in those shoes. Why why is it so difficult? But what do you have to say on that and what you guys offer and why you're so different from whatever else other platforms offer, so you can get people in the right position to just ace this exam?
For sure, good question. Let me start by saying there are three exams. There's IELTS, PTE Core, and CELPIP. These are the three exams people have to choose from. Among these three, I'm still going to say CELPIP is the easiest, as based on what we have seen and based on the results we see, based on the emails we get, and we get hundreds every day. So I would always recommend people to go for CELPIP. Comparatively, it's still the easiest exam, but as an individual, for a first-time test taker, it is pretty difficult. We have seen a lot of native speakers fail the exam too. And by failure, everybody has a different requirement. Some people need a 7, some people need a 9 or 10. But it is very hard to score 9+. You need to have exceptional English skills in all 4 modules. So don't underestimate the test. Just to let you know, the cost of underestimating the test is around $300, because that is your registration fee for CELPIP. If you have to rebook it, you pay that again. The other cost, which I think is worse, is the time. So you spend time going to the exam, booking the exam, preparing for it, and you fail. And then you have to redo it. The third cost is the demotivation. So you don't really want to have all those costs incurred. Make sure you have the right preparation before you head into the exam so there are no surprises. Also, unfortunately, there's a lot of misleading material online that makes people see easy tests, extremely easy tests, and they think the exam is that easy, but the exam is actually harder, which is why I recommend people to try difficult tests and realistic tests that we provide. So again, coming to that question, why should you choose us compared to anyone else? Well, you can also type that question on Google, and Google will answer that in the same way I'm answering that. We are the biggest name in CELPIP tutoring. We have the most amount of students in CELPIP, in the CELPIP space and world. We have the biggest amount of followers, the greatest reviews. In the education space, it's very rare to find companies with these many 5-star ratings. Our course on our website has a 4.9 out of 5 stars, almost unheard of. It's the bestseller on different platforms, and again, the most popular thing on social media for CELPIP training. That also means we're the most experienced team when it comes to CELPIP. If we have hundreds of people contacting us every day, hundreds of results, hundreds of people training with us, we are extremely qualified in guiding people in that exam. That is why you should trust us.
Amazing. I love it. Is there anything in particular on your mind regarding all you've built, everything we've talked about, HZad Education, the exams, that you want to bring up for someone new to this or even someone experienced? Say someone's gone through it all, they're just listening to this because they want to get more educated on what you guys offer, they're interested in this topic, they like it. Anything in particular that you would want to bring up and touch on?
I would let them know it's very easy to get help from us. We, again, in terms of customer service, we answer people very rapidly. We offer a lot of free resources. It's not like you contact me and you have to expect to pay a lot of money. We do a lot of free things. If you just want us to review your writing for free, send it to us via email. If you want a speaking recording, send it to us via email. If you have a story, a background, look, I failed the exam 3 to 4 times, let us know your story. We're here to help. We're very easy to reach, and we are very friendly. We love our customers. They're the reason why we have a team. And a lot of teachers are supported with this program that we do. So we love to help back, and we love to share our expertise with people. It's just simple. Reach out to us, get all the help you need. And the other thing I would say is, after you reach out and we give you advice, listen to that advice, because a lot of people take it lightly. A lot of people think maybe they can try something else. The worst thing, for example, is let me go and ask my friend, what does my friend suggest? And the friend is your friend, but not a teacher. A friend, for example, a lot of these friends, they recommend go to this test center. They will ensure that you get the best result. And that is so beyond the truth. That's not how the exam works. So get real expert help, follow the advice, check online if you have any doubts. If you go to our YouTube channel, you see thousands and thousands of comments from people who come back to those videos and say, I followed his advice and in 2 days I got this score. In 2 weeks, I got the score. Just see the success stories and listen to the advice, follow it, and reach out if you need anything. We're here to help and share our expertise.
And on the note of successful passes of the exam, you do have some stats regarding the amount of people that have went on to pass an exam by going with your program. So if you want to touch on that, that'd be great as well.
So we have calculated the stats on our self-paced course. We haven't been able to do that with one-on-one lessons. It really varies with different teachers with one-on-one. For our self-paced course, though, the most popular one we have at $49 for the CELPIP 15-hour course, we have a very high success rate. It is an 85% success rate. So this is for people who are looking for a score of 9 or higher, which is usually what most people need right now for Canadian immigration. And we have 85% people passing in this space.
That's substantial. And I didn't ask you, but you've gone through CELPIP yourself and have done it all?
Yes, yeah, that's how I started. Yeah, I got a good score, then I started tutoring.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, what got you so, just to focus on you for just one moment, what got you so interested to build all this out 15 years ago?
It was, again, as I mentioned earlier, it wasn't really a plan. It was me getting that score initially. And before that, I was tutoring my friends just very casually, friends, people I knew, because I was always good in English. I was in public speaking for a long time. And then after CELPIP, it became a thing. People around me started asking, because at that time, I had a lot of friends who were immigrants in Canada. Everybody was doing CELPIP. So they were asking me for advice. I gave them my advice. Hey, this is what I did. And it worked for them. And then more people came and more people came. And then it just grew from there. So it wasn't something I planned out. It was something that happened to me.
Yeah. If I was in Canada, I would be opting into your program right away if I needed something like this. I mean, it sounds like the absolute best of the best, and people get a real good bang for the buck. I mean, $49 for all that access. Like, if I'm looking at, say I'm a salesperson, I'm looking at the best softwares to use, I want an all-in-one. That's always so appealing, but at a cost-effective price is also appealing. So seems like you've hit a real gold spot with both of those. And obviously the success speaks to all of that, considering how many people have gone through your program, how many have gone through successfully. So it's really, really amazing to hear. Is there anything upcoming regarding like Canadian government or like things they're doing, that certain requirements they have that you guys have to adapt to, or it's all standardized?
Well, right now, so we are talking in 2025, mid-2025, Canadian immigration is getting tighter. That means score requirements have gone up. They have been up since November, since there has been a crackdown on immigration. So it's bad news for immigrants, unfortunately. But because of that, a lot of people have been asking even more than before about coaching and tutoring. So the good news is we're here to help in that regard. The only best way to get your immigration, to get more points on your express entry, which is a stream of Canadian immigration, you need to have more points on CELPIP. If you have a CELPIP score of 8, you have good points. If you have 9 or 10, your points increase. And this, for a lot of people, counters the negative points they have. For example, if they're too old, that's an age point deduction. If they don't have enough education or work experience, that's a deduction. But again, if you have good English scores, that's in your control. That can increase your express entry requirements. You cannot control your age, cannot control your work experience within that moment or your education. But in 2 to 3 months, the quickest fix is fixing your English, which is very doable. So I would recommend people to use this tool to help your immigration journey.
Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even know about that. The scoring system.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Is Canada the only one, not that you would know about what other countries offer, but is Canada the only one that does it in that way, in that scoring system way?
I know because you're in the US, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know the US system and Canadian. Don't know much about the European system, but I know that in the US it's not like what we have here with the scoring system. It is very Canada specific. You get points on different qualifications. So yeah, it is very it's really based on merit here, and it's justified. But again, that is the economic immigration class. That's where all these points matter, because they want the best employees or best workers to come to Canada. There are other streams. There's the student stream, refugees, and many others that I'm not an expert on, but those ones don't include points necessarily.
Okay, that's good to know. Amazing. Yeah, I feel very educated, even though I don't have any need for these exams. I feel like I've learned a lot in a short time, and people listening can absorb a lot, and hopefully took notes, and hopefully will, if they need such things filled, this exams, they need to take the training courses, they can go to you. I mean, it's a no-brainer, really. It's amazing. And the fact that you've built all this over 15 years, and the fact that you get to have this app built, that's really cool.
Yes, yes. Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's anything else you want to mention, you can, but I think we've covered all bases so far.
No, I think you also asked a really good question. So I think for learners who are interested in HZad Education or CELPIP, I think they have everything they need, but still they can always email us. Our email is everywhere online, or just go to our website, www.hzadeducation.com. If you're worried, anxious about your exam, you have any difficulties, as I said, reach out to us. If you don't want to reach out, that's fine. Go to our website. You'll find everything there as well. And we'd be very happy to help you with your exam learning journey. And I want to thank everybody who does contact me after their exams saying that, hey, we used your resource, we used your course, and this was our mark. That's what I want to keep hearing. That's what keeps me going. And I hope I can get more and more students like this with more success stories.
Amazing. Yeah, I don't doubt it. A lot of people are going to come through.
Sounds good.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, Anthony. I appreciate your time.
Of course.